Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are joining us from in the world. So, welcome to week two of our Build with AI Coastal Resilience workshop series. So, I'm Ajay, and I'm thrilled to be presenting GDG Brunswick as a co organizer to kick off this second session of this fully virtual 4 week journey with all of you. So, please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. And if you are already a member of our chapter, we would love for you to officially join us. Please feel free to drop any questions in the chat throughout the session, and we will be answering as many as possible. Over the next 4 weeks, we are going to move beyond just technical concepts. Last week, we laid a fantastic foundation by developing our problem statements and impact personas. Today, we are taking those ideas and moving from concept to creation with rapid prototyping. So, whether you are a developer or a non coder, today is all about turning those ideas into functional user interface using Google AppSheet and Gemini. So, to lead us through this, I'm so excited to welcome our visionary speaker, that is Sindhu Manivannan. So, what we are doing here is we are bringing developers, educators, and enthusiasts using Google technology to solve local challenges and from AI literacy to coastal sustainability. And yeah, we are proud to be co-host this event alongside our local chapters, that is GDG Baltimore and GDG Annapolis and GDG Capital Region, along with GDG Campus University. So these chapters are along with us throughout the 4 week journey, and we are so happy they are collaborating with us. So a big shout out to them. Coming on to week four series that we are continuing. So in the week one, we already did all about mapping, that is draft proposing, build impact with personas. And we also defined the safety goals along with our AI use. For the week two, we will be totally deep diving into prototyping, that is using AppSheet interface, which we will come along through today's session. And we will also use Gemini logic along with we will build some rapid UIs. In week three, we will do some of the integrations, and week four, we will do a showcase what we have built along means in the complete from the journey from week one to week three. Coming to next, the today's session. So to lead today's session, we have our speaker, that is who is already a Gemini certified educator. So please welcome Sindhu Manivannan for today's session. So Sindhu, the virtual floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Azan. Thank you, team, for. I would like to contribute more about Google AppSheet today. Yeah, let's begin with today's session. Ajay, may I press?
Yes, yes, of course.
So let's start with today's topic. Before we move forward about video content, let's quickly reconnect whatever we discussed in the last. And we discussed about 3 key skills which helps you to master the talents in 2026 job market. We started with prompt engineering, and also we worked on few challenges, and we had already discussed about all these 5 core skills. Followed by we build a career stack, which helps us to understand how it is very important to strengthen your technical foundation. So today, along with Google AppSheet, we are going to enhance our technical foundation. Okay? So let's start with a simple question. Last week, we built a problem statement for your coastal sustainability app. We focused on 4 different challenges, and you can select any one of the challenge that you would like to focus on. So here, it's my question to understand. If you could design one feature that makes our postal sustainability app, which stand out globally. What feature you would like to? What are the different feature that you would like to add in your app? Trackers, okay? Any other answers? Participants, please try to share more answers so that we can discuss about each features much better. Because today's app sheet will provide you to understand the core aspects of building any kind of app. Okay, tracking details. Okay, fine. Get any other feature? Yes, maps. Okay, good. Okay, so let's begin our next focus. Okay, first of all, we need to understand the history behind apps. In 2007, Apple launched iPhone so that the independent computer programmers, they can create powerful apps so that the users can download it from Apple's App Store. So similarly, for Android-based phones, users can access and download the apps from Google Play Store. So these kind of apps, whatever you're downloading, okay, these apps serve for various functions and also in different domains. So to build these apps, whatever the apps, right from 2007 onwards, to build these apps, generally, it requires software development as well as programming skills. But it is quite difficult to learn. So what we can do is, we can focus on reducing the time-consuming tasks. The software development felt very difficult and time-consuming to learn and master. So we are moving forward to a no-code development and a no-code development. Any idea what it may be? I already mentioned it over here, but if you would like to share about what is no-code or no-code, you can also mention in the chat. So first of all, we need to understand what it is. The no-code development. So let's start with the no-code. It is the process of developing apps without writing any code. The non-technical professionals can able to use it to build up applications. Similarly, one more category called low-code development. It requires additional knowledge. Coding really required in low-code development. But in today's session, based on our agenda, we are going to move forward with no-code platform. So why do we need to focus on no? So first, we started with what kind of feature that you would like to incorporate in your apps. And then we move forward with history about apps, the no-code and low-code platforms. Now, I'm going to explain about why we need this no-code. Okay. So let's start with different kind of users or different kind of workers, type of workers. You may think like that. So let's start a non-technical person who may be a process owner. They will be focusing on overseeing the apps, like the features, the non-technical perspective. They will focus on the process owners category. They will work on this no-code platforms. Similarly, decision makers. So executives who contributing as the decision makers for that particular application development process, and the end users, those who using the apps on a daily basis. So here I would like to add a benefit on why we need to use no code. Different kind of users are using the no code platforms. So why? First of all, it faster time to development, and also it boosts productivity. And you can also think in your real time scenario, whenever you're just identifying some manual tasks that can be automated, means you can simply create an app and do more interesting and fulfilling tasks so that it will make sure you are just learning the progress. You are learning progress in the right way. Okay. Just try to identify some manual tasks and try to automate it using this no code. So now let's move to the next. And one more thing I would like to add on over here. 80% of business productivity apps can be created using these no-code platforms. Try to research about recent articles or recent surveys related to this no-code platforms so that you can understand what are all the various applications are available in the market so that you can make use of it by identifying the core benefits of using the no-code platforms. This is exclusively for the persons, those who are beginner, non-technical persons, and also who would like to develop app in a very faster time so that those who can utilize it. Yeah, let's move to the next. Okay. So what is the app sheet? What is that? Google AppSheet. We are going to discuss about Google AppSheet. So first, it is a no-code platform. So if it is a Google AppSheet, you need to understand it is a no-code. It's done with services across the entire Google ecosystem. Across the entire Google ecosystem. So what it will do is, the app will try to collect the data. The data can be in any form, text, images, barcodes, signatures, or any kind of form. You can provide a data. It will try to collect data. And then it will try to process it so that you can apply business logic. After adding the applied business logic, the processed data will be moved to the next stage called sharing or shared data insights. Like you're just uploading some data, which is in some format, images, let's say in barcodes, or you're just simply scanning something. Okay. If you want to purchase something, you're just simply scanning the barcode. Then the business logic will be applied and it will try to generate a report at the end. So similarly, in whatever the scenario, you would like to identify some manual tasks that can be automated. You can just simply apply these steps. So far, so good. Suggestions? Anyone would like to add something? Feel free to share your thoughts so that we can understand your perspective as well. Yeah, thank you. So this is about AppSheet. This one, you can access it. Please try to make a note of it. You can access it using your Gmail account. Normal Google account, you can access it using your Gmail. But the Gemini feature is not included in your normal Google account. So what we can do is, you can utilize it as a Google Workspace account. So to avoid confusion, so first, let me just walk through the app sheet, Google app sheet, and then we'll proceed with the Codelabs. I will share the link. So yeah, this one, please check out the link. I will be focusing on the hands-on session. So we are going to move on to the overview and then we'll move forward with the hands-on session. Ajay, whether you can able to see the screen, the app sheet one.
Yeah, screen is perfectly visible.
Thank you. Now, this is the interface, like app sheet, Google app sheet. Here, you can just click on Spider. For this overview, first let's understand app sheet. It is a no-code platform. Here, app sheet supports many cloud providers for authentication and connecting app sheet apps to different data sources that we will discuss later. So here, it supports many cloud providers. You can select Google. So I'm continuing with my Google account. Over here, for this demo, I'm using Google account. Try to provide credentials and also a consent to allow the app sheet. Okay. So just I'm signing in using this one. And also I'm providing the permission to access also. One more thing you need to understand, the second important aspect is to, whenever you are providing the consent, okay, here, why you are providing a consent is to allow app sheet to access your files in Google Drive. Okay. The apps will, whatever the apps that you are creating will consume the data from spreadsheet stored in your Google Drive. That's why we are providing a consent. Once you logged in, you land on my apps page. This is my apps page. And here, for the demo purpose, I'm using new email, like no, press to show you the screen right from the scratch. So this is what the empty page will be. So what you can see is, if you created some other apps, means it will be listed out over here also. And then click on the create. Okay, left side. If you just click on create part, app. We are building an app. Okay. So over here, you will be having three options over here. Start with existing data. Existing data means if you have some spreadsheets with you, which contains of some tabular column values, you can use that existing spreadsheet. Or else you can also start with a template or a blank. Okay. So this is different templates available. You can explore. Okay, so I just clicked on preview. It starts syncing the data. So you can see the preview over here. Okay. So it's just a simple step to click on preview. And before moving that creation of apps, let's come back to the question which I asked in the first. Which feature that you would like to add? I asked something, right? Feature. Here, for this only I asked you. You already, you can choose certain industry. Over here, you can see different industries. For example, here, they are just mentioning templates. So that's why I'm just showing you different industries. Whenever you're using any new app or new application, try to research about what are all the key aspects, key features are available. What are all the different use cases are available? Try to search about. Here, we need to clearly understand what are the use cases. So various industries, they can go for it, they can utilize it. And for certain functional aspects, they mention all the functional aspects and also a feature. This is what I asked you. You can include Gemini feature in your app. You can, someone said about maps, smart assistant, like dashboards, charts, like calendars. This is what I asked you about feature. Okay. And also complexity. Let it be some basic one, intermediate or advanced, based on the users, end users, you can set these criteria. While I'm just moving forward to these templates, means before proceeding with the real apps, before proceeding with creating your own apps, go with the flow, try to understand templates available from the app sheet, try to discover, oh, okay, this is what, this, it belongs to this industry. Let's say I'm moving to some education. Okay, let it be education. So in education, there is something called onboarding and training. This is a personalized onboarding tool. And over here, we can see certain category, industry and functions. For education industry, for the human resources department, or like functionalities. For this business functionalities, they are introducing this onboarding tool. Similarly, in the right panel, we can see a preview part wherein we can see the details. We can just test how it works. Okay. Yes. So far, we are just working on the overview part. And if you want to learn more about the Google AppSheet, please click on this help, wherein you can see different resources to strengthen your foundation. Don't go for build with like anything with AI. Let's say here we have some Gemini, start with Gemini feature also, but it is not available in our Google account, normal Gmail account. It is available only in the Google Workspace account. If you are using Google Workspace account, you can utilize it with the Gemini feature. But before proceeding with the Gemini, please strengthen your foundation. That is what important. In week 1, we discussed about the importance of strengthening your foundation. So work on the different kind of resources are available based on your learning curve. Try to adapt to any kind of resources and learn it much better. Okay. It may be a time consuming process for you, right? To learn something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with the code for you. So here I will be sharing this link with you all after our session.
Yeah, I think you can share right now. And for the credits, we'll take a look with the attendees. If they are facing any issue, we'll check.
Okay, because they need to understand how to utilize it, right? Someone
Yes.
may use it for the first time.
Hmm.
So that's why. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Let me just walk through. This is a very important step that we are proceeding to the next leg. Okay. So please check out whenever you're getting time, within the next week, try to work on this Google AppSheet getting started coding. It is exclusively available from Google Skills. You can access it in lot of courses in the Google Skills. So Naomi and Ajay, I'm sharing so I shared the link with you all. Please check out. Please don't open now itself. Try to understand the flow and then start working on it. Okay, because it contains some credits part and all. Okay. So here, so far so good. Shall we proceed? Any doubts? Any concern? Whether the flow is okay? May I proceed further?
Let's do it.
Over here, first, if you are a new user, okay, try to sign in. You can sign in with your credentials, Google credentials. Once, yeah, this is what I need to explain. The credits part, I just mentioning here, like you have some credits and it will with expiring date. So these managed part, how we can utilize these credits, those content will be shared by Ajay. Okay. So I am skipping this credits part as of now. Okay. How to focus on this Google Apps? Over here, first, they mention few aspects on how to work on this lab. Some introduction and what we have to do, basic setup and requirements, and how to start. Lot of instructions over here. And also it contains 7 different tasks. So these tasks can be easily implemented based on the instruction mentioned in the Codelab itself. So what we can proceed over here is, first and foremost, please note down this point. Try to access in your incognito window or private browser window. Okay. So over here, there is a green button, right? Start lab. So you can just start this lab by clicking on that button. And also you need to make sure what verified. Yes. If you noticed, if I'm just clicking over here, it will just try to pop up a message by mentioning it is what is the best way to run this lab. So make sure try to access it from the incognito. So let me share my incognito mode. Before that, please note down the username, password, those things. Okay. So let me proceed with the private window once again. Just give me a second. So
Yep.
over here, you can see the username, password, and all. Okay, that's fine. We can utilize it later, but let's focus on the steps one by one. Yes. We clicked on Start Lab. And also they recommended some browser. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I clicked on Start Lab. Okay, let's open AppSheet. Okay, I'm proceeding with the steps one by one. You can please feel free to and read the instructions properly. Take your own time. Now I'm just demonstrating how to access it. Okay. So this is next important step. Trying to click on the same sign-in process, but instead of using your account, try to use another account and the username and password, you can utilize it, whatever it is mentioning over here. The username, password, yes, I'm just copying this one and it differs from person to person. So don't use my credentials, please. Also, I'm using, see, that is the username and also the password. Yeah, I'm using the same instruction as mentioned over here. Ajay, can you able to see the sign in with Google with the student account?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Here, just try to understand the instructions and proceed with the next step. Here, again, you need to provide consent to continue. See, here they are using Google Drive files. As we discussed earlier, the apps, whatever you're creating, will consume the data from spreadsheets stored in this Google Drive. Okay, fine. Let's end. Any doubt, any clarification? So far, okay. May I proceed? Participants, please. Yeah, may I? Yeah, thank you. Let me move to the, yeah. Here, once you log in, you land on the My Apps page. Start with the recommendation. If you want to add the recommendations, you can mention the details. And then see, here you can see the option called Start with Gemini. Yes, yeah. But in our Google account, we can't able to see the Start with Gemini option. Yes. Anyone noticed that? Anyone noticed? Yeah. But here we are going to start with the existing data. Okay, app start with existing data and just renaming it to customer contacts, name of my app. Just I'm following the instruction in the Codelab. Please try to, whenever you're experimenting, try to create your own apps with for different categories. So here it belongs to a customer engagement category. And whenever you're just clicking on the, so here you can select a data source. Let's select a Google Sheet. The Google Sheet and the Google Form. It will already, it is available in our account. So just try those, click on. So this is contacts. I click on that option. So if you noticed your app is ready, and let's try to view the data source. Let's try to understand what it actually contains. Okay. Yes. So this is from the data, the contacts data. It's got ID, email address, first name, last name, and the phone. Already 20 records are available. Using these app sheet, we are going to add some contact details over here. We can also edit the existing details. Over here, this is what the app will be. Okay. So the preview, you can, this is the right panel. Okay. In the right panel, you can see the app. And let's say I'm just clicking over here. The templates, everything, good design, already it's available. If you are selecting a data source, the form, if you are selecting the data source, the design, everything will be auto-generated. So you don't want to worry about the code and all. It will be auto-generator. It will simply create like a form, like a structure, wherein you can add further details to it. So here, you can also edit. If you want to edit some persons, let's say I'm editing this as Alex. So I'm saving, and it will be saved automatically. Let's say whether it got saved. This is how the Google AppSheet screen will be for your customer contacts apps. Right side, in the right panel, this is how the app will be. You can see the details like about feedback, different options available. The feature, logout feature is also available. Using our provided account from the Codelabs, we accessed data from the existing data source, existing spreadsheet. Once you selected that spreadsheet, it created automatically. You don't want to write any code. Let's say I would like to edit some details of this person. So I'm just editing the detail. I'm just changing the phone number. Okay. So let's save this. Okay. Let's try to check whether it got updated or edited in the, it got updated. Have you noticed? Third one. Yes. So similarly, you can see different details. I'm just adding one more. Let's try to add 13 and save it. Okay. Okay. So let me just add some other key since it's already available. In the instruction, you can see something called, so we try to complete the tasks and all. Let's try to add a new contact. They mention as 51 test and contact details. So let's try to add that test. And if you notice the 51, it got added over here. So already I tried to add some 15. It's already there. So that's why we can't able to add it. So see, 13 is there. So that's why we can't able to add it. Okay. You can also sync the data over here. If you just click on that, it will sync the data. And if you noticed, whatever the data that we added right now, 51, it got added in the Google spreadsheet itself. This is what the entire code lab. Okay, whatever we discussed so far, we started with adding our username and password. And then we started with creating an app with the existing data by selecting the data spreadsheet available in the account. Similarly, for the task, I just show you the details about a particular person and their detailed information. I just move to the next one. You can also modify the details and also you can add the code. So we completed the process. We'll also check that. Please add a new context in your app. Test.contact. Okay, let me add. Or else I'll try to edit it, the existing 51. You can also search from here. Like let's say test. So I'm having this one. I need to change the email ID. If you want to change the details, respective values, you can also check. Yeah, assessment completed. And also we try to sync the data to understand how it updated the details in the spreadsheet also. This is how you can understand how this particular Google AppSheet will work on the existing data. So similarly, what we can do is, let's try to access the same with the Gemini. Okay. So I'm just click on create apps, start with Gemini. You need to provide a consent. And then in the last class, we prepared we defined a problem statement and also we prepared prompts, right? You just try to type the idea about your app, what this functionality it should include, what are the features that it would like to you you would like to incorporate. Please try to add all the details. I'm just utilizing the existing prompt that is available already. So I'm just going to create inventory management. It includes certain features, and I mentioned the prompt indicates the purpose also. Once you create it, here it will try to add some details. It will ask you some details. So what you can do is you can feel free to edit the tables. Different tables are available over here. You can also edit the details. You can also add your new table. Likewise, try to do some modification. Try to work on the additional perspective. You can edit the description or you can try to start from the scratch. Okay. So these are all like some basic features that as a beginner that you can incorporate. This is how we can utilize our Google AppSheet from the Google Skills modules. So next, once you completed all the part, try to end it. Okay. Once you end, you will be receiving the respective credits, and also you will be receiving the mail from after completing this test. Okay. So yeah, yes, we completed our week 2 part.
Okay. That was a wonderful session, Sindhu. Let me share my screen. Just a second. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Are you sharing the badge stuff now, AJ? I'm gonna stop recording.
Yeah, you can stop the recording.